Hello and welcome to Dungeon Mechanics. This is episode 3 of this 4-shotter, and we are on a very, very important decision. But before that, we'll do a quick recap. In the last episode of Diademia Aftermath Crossroads, we found our heroes were getting acclimated to their new digs. They were at a tavern. Ishani met a nice lady. Prince Charming got a distraction pup. Arya baked with her feelings. And Uriah made the best decisions. Just all the good decisions.
This
Sounds
feels
like a typical D&D session. You know?
That sounds like every time Jeremy Clarkson would do like the recap on either Top Gear or Grand Tour, where it's just like Richard Hammond falls in a hole, James May stares at a pole, and we drive the Jaguar. And then that's it. And then it's like, that's all that and more. It's like, what the fuck? Nothing at all like crucial plot wise. Just like, oh yeah, here's like some random nonsense that showed up.
Oh yeah. But things didn't get exciting until the next morning's breakfast time when they all sat down with Daddy Asmodeus. And he provided them with an option to become demigods. Ascend to the next level. And to make sure that they weren't distracted, he got rid of Lily. He got rid of Chip.
Kidnapped.
Sure.
Kidnapped.
We'll say that. And then he sent them...
Holding hostage,
He
yes.
sent them to a dark area that was devoid of anything. Taverns, tables, breakfast, all those things.
How thoughtful.
After fucking
The
snapping, what's his name? Into fucking
Ramen
dust.
broth.
Yeah, ramen broth.
Which I blame Charming.
You blame me for what you did.
Charming was
blaming
like,
Charming
hey,
for what
Robin,
you did."
Hey,
flamen
you were the one
flavor.
that called him over. So.
You're damn right I did. I was like, hey, we need. Where's our adult? Where's our chaperone in
How
this
you
area?
gonna go, like, that's like mom and dad are there, and you're gonna go to, like, uncle and try to get yourself on a trouble kick. And
It wasn't even. It was. For all
You
I know, it
call
was
for
like,
the
all right, we had our-
teacher when the strange man offers you candy on the playground.
Yeah, I
okay?
did like, hey, the chaperone. Hey, this guy's not supposed to be here. He didn't buy a ticket, and then our chaperone got killed. All right, so that ain't on me. That's on the DM murdering our chaperone.
I mean, just when he was getting used to his new nickname title thing. Anyways, you all find yourselves in this surrounded darkness. You can all see each other. There's just nothing around it. What would you like to do?
Not even honeyed goose.
No honey goose.
Goddamn honeyed goose. Oh, wine and honeyed goose. That's all we saw from Diademia. That's all that. That's
So
just all that will be remembered.
Are
All
we
they'll
all
remember
in
of
the
this
same?
world.
Where we can we see each other?
Yeah.
Okay.
I know what our Thanksgiving special needs to be.
We don't
In
fight
search
it.
of the honeyed goose.
In search of the horned goose.
Someone forgot to bring the honeyed goose. We need a honeyed goose.
But it's got to be a giant one because we got to feed the entire village. And it's going to be real mad.
Are we gonna be
Stack.
climbing a beanstalk to find a giant goose then?
I mean, look, Stacks, I could see him
there's some
designing
honey
some bullshit.
slathered over it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's a goose that lays honey.
No, that's no.
No.
See, we do two separate ones. We have one person going to the hive to get honey, and another party going to get the goose. So
I
if
feel
one's-
like the honey trip would be more dangerous, but for some reason, it's
Not,
probably
I mean, depending on where you put that goose.
where I put that
And
honey.
how big said goose is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's a huge goose.
You
That's
know,
a
I
huge
put y'all
goose.
here to not be distracted and
Look, what you did was you put us in a room with nothing to interact with other than our own imaginations.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
and
Anyway,
each other apparently.
and each other. Well, this is awkward now.
It wasn't awkward before.
Well, I mean, I wasn't really expecting old Ramendoth to be vaporized. And then a demon god stealing my dog.
I mean, you did call Riboflavin over.
Yeah, I kind of thought he had, like, power there. Because, he did every other time we needed something.
Over a god.
Look, I don't know how the realms work.
Oh, here's a quick snapshot. There's gods, and then there's everybody else.
All right. Well, let's be honest. If you put a Fae into the Nine Hells, the Fae isn't going to be as powerful as it was in the Fae realm.
All
the
right,
same way-
it's not going to change anything. He's gone.
Right.
And we're left with this decision before us.
What's the over/under on this being a really, really bad setup?
I mean, I don't imagine it to be a good setup.
Has to do with anything with Asmodeus. I don't see any good coming out of it.
Why us, though?
Maybe he just picked us at random. I mean, you heard him talking with Arya. If we were to refuse, he'd just go to the next person.
Well, to be fair, since we got here, we haven't really seen anybody outside of ourselves.
I mean, maybe we are the other people? Like, maybe he's, scraping the bottom of the barrel with us. That sounds really sad and depressing now that I say that out loud.
Yeah, you should probably not just say things like that. Not
But-
nothing.
You two seem.
Well, I mean,
kind
I'm
of-
charming, so...
Speaking of charming, you two seem kind of chummy with him. And he looks at Prince Charming and Uriah.
Chummy.
I don't know, he seemed like he knew you, or...
He seemed like he knew all of us.
I mean, Charming just gestures to his head and the horns and everything. I mean, tiefling. Kind of ancestral thing going on there. I'm not sure about Uriah.
Are you pulling the tiefling card?
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I not allowed to pull the tiefling card at this moment in time? Are you
mean,
rejecting
if
my
this is when you
tiefling
want
card?
to use it, then by all means use
Well,
it.
it seems like the world's ending, so I don't know. Maybe I'm the last tiefling, so I will play my tiefling card here.
That'd be very depressing.
You
Are you
are a
gonna
representation for the new world.
Goodbye. You must admit.
Only Johnny Bravo poses.
Hey, mama. Sorry. Go on.
But Uriah, how come Asmodeus didn't offer you anything?
There's an orb in front of me, right?
Oh, is there?
DM.
Is
DM.
there? make a perception
I
check.
thought there was. $15.
Yeah, there's the orb there.
Okay.
You fucker.
Because if I recall, Asmodeus said something about not having to make a deal with Uriah because he's already.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
definitely said something to that effect. Arya's ears are not tricking her.
So you have already made a deal then?
Well, I'm sure Arya knows. I have been gifted by the gods in a special way, just as she has.
Charmin just kind of looks around.
That's true, but I was gifted, these powers by Helm, and Asmodeus still offered me the same deal.
Perhaps it is who your god is, as to why you got the offer and I did not. Maybe
Who was
Asmodeus
the
is
god?
pulling his strings already.
Uriah, if I may be so bold, what god gave you powers?
I'm trying. Is it DM? Is it Miracle? Miracle? How do you say
I
it?
think it's Nerul.
Oh, okay.
I think. Yeah, it should be Nerul.
Mm,
Am I going to need to make a religion check to see if I recognize? Because Paul doesn't
I-
recognize that name at all.
I,
So,
Yeah, probably it's a bit more obscure.
I mean, I wouldn't say Nerul. I would say, to be honest, I've never heard the gods speak their name directly. I have inklings, but I am not sure.
so could your god be Asmodeus?
I don't feel that connection. It very well could be, but I don't believe that it is.
Charmin kind of just turns to Arya and to Shani. What about you? I mean, he did kind of steal your girl. Well, not your girl. I don't want to jump the gun, but the lady you were speaking with.
I'm a bit concerned what he might do to her if I should refuse to accept his offer.
I mean, there are worse things that we could be than a demigod, right? Could be dead. Could be zombies. Those are pretty bad. Gelatinous cubes, I heard, are not great either. I'm sorry, I talk a lot when I'm nervous. Turns out, Arya and Arlo. So you gifted by a god pointing at Arya. What about you then?
What about me?
I don't know. That person has god gifts. She has god gifts. Do you have god gifts?
Do I look like I have god gifts?
I don't know. You disappeared and then reappeared. That might be a thing.
To be fair, all of you were teleported here, so
All right, way to be Dodgy McDodgerton of the questions.
no, I
No.
don't have any special powers, if that's what you're asking.
That is literally what I asked, yes. Okay.
I think there's one thing we're not asking that's kind of being tiptoed around.
Who's going to accept and who's not?
Yes.
I mean,
For me, it looks
I-
like the only path forward. There's not much road behind us.
and what path are you referring to?
The only path forward. What other options do you see other than staying in this place? Or trying to find another way out?
Well,
I
we do
don't, but I
know
was
that-
asking.
We do know that the chaperones can now be killed. Saw that.
Yes, we did see that.
So in theory, our chaperone's dead, which means we might be able to just wander about.
Do you not
Not-
remember the set of eyes that were looking at us earlier?
Oh, I remembered very, very, very vividly. They were in my brain. Very odd.
I don't think they're gonna allow us to wander about as we please. Despite Ramandot dying.
You will
The
be
eyes are worrisome.
terribly missed.
And why did the eyes step in? I feel, why would they just let somebody kill one of their own? Because I mean, imagine if Asmodeus went all like dust, 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 like this place would fall.
I don't know,
apart.
Charming. Why don't you go ask them yourself?
I would, but we're here.
Ram
I
did
don't-
say they were very busy, and they only did show up upon adamant requests by us. So maybe they just weren't paying attention on us solely.
I don't know, guys. What do you think about this deal?
Well,
I-
oh, sorry, Ashani.
I don't feel good about it, but like I said, I worry what may be done to Lily or even other innocents should we refuse. I may have no choice but to accept for their sake.
If you could make Pip a demigod, demidog. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I think if this is going to be suggested to anyone, perhaps it will be better if we are the ones it's suggested to. I mean, if he's just going to go find some others, what if they're not as morally obligated to do the right thing?
He
You
has a
make
point.
Yes, a very valid point.
But I don't want that to influence anybody. I'm just speaking from my own.
I mean, it doesn't really have to be a group thing, because I know Arya was voicing some concerns.
Arya? Where's your head
You-
at?
I'm not going to take it. I don't trust this. This makes me uneasy. Especially Asmodeus being the one to offer us this deal. We all know who Asmodeus is.
Do these orbs look different in front of each of us?
They're all
Can
kind
we
of...
grab them, or does that like activate it?
You must make your choice now. They're all just like floating there. They're circular orbs that have nothing in them, essentially, kind of like transparent, at least presently.
I don't trust any of this.
What do you trust, Arya?
Not this. I'm sure we can find another way to at least save our home. But I feel this isn't it.
Arlo kind of folds his arms. But I don't see another way out of this. If we don't take this... You heard Asmodeus? Exile, purgatory, it's certain death. Like, there's nothing. There's nothing for us there. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for any of us. Just living on a life full of nothing. I'm sorry, Arya, but I'm going to accept his deal. Arya just...
Arya, I hate to be that guy, but like, what is there to save? Because based on everything that he's saying, which of course, obviously, between him, Ramandoth, and it seems like everything else that's been around here, Diademia is all but gone. So what is there to save?
What if there's a way to reverse everything? We don't know. And I at least want to try, but this is not how we do it.
So you would want to reverse everything to put it back to what? Where you were before the world started falling apart? Where were you? What were you doing before all this?
Helping a friend at his tavern. Going on adventures with my friends. Before everything started falling apart. If we don't do something, all of that, my home, my friends, who's to say they ended up here? What if something happened to them? I can't just sit here and do nothing.
Charmy just kind of like smiles a little bit. So you're doing it because you're selfish. You don't want your friends to be gone. You don't want your life to be over. Be damned all the lives that were being ripped apart by the war. Be damned all the people that maybe in death are having a better time than they ever would have had in life. But no, so that you can go back to your tavern and adventuring with your friends, you want to rewrite the entirety of the world. I was thinking I was self-centered.
Arlo
He
gets
knew.
between Charming and Arya, and he is like, you better fuck the back off now.
Or what?
Charming, maybe that's not the direction. Out of all the directions we have available to us, that might not be the best.
I have known you for approximately 2 days. Maybe. I don't know how time really works here.
That is exactly it. If you knew Arya for more than 2 days, you would know that anyone she met would be considered her friend within minutes, you included.
She's as
The
much
world
fighting
is her
for you
friend.
as she is for all of us.
Sure. I'm sure that's how she thinks it is.
Yes, I am sure as well.
So we have a woman who has been blessed by a god who has abandoned her. We have a boy who is going to defy his sister. We have another boy here who has been blessed by a god that he doesn't even know. And then he turns to God damn it, I forgot your damn character's name now.
Galen?
Stacks with Galen, yeah. And you, what of you?
What of me?
Where do you sit in all this? Are you choosing a side, or are you being all split personality like you were? Where 4 different voices are ringing in your head telling you to go 4 different directions.
Charming, we really don't know each other. And even though my seasonal personalities are vastly different from one another, they're still all me. And I don't expect people to understand that right away, especially how you happen to come across it. But my friends do.
Ashani, what were you doing before the world started falling apart?
I was trying to locate my mother.
Hmm?
But
Let me guess. Due to the war, she was nowhere to be found?
I don't know if it was due to the war. That is a good possibility, but when I was a child, she dropped me off with my father and she vanished. I haven't seen her in 16 years.
So that's who we're fighting for here. People who will abandon their children, people who would rage war across the continent for Lord knows what reasons. Do you want to flip it back, the switch to that?
Question is, Charming, why are you so willing to not fight for anything? Where do you come from? To which, if they disappear tomorrow...
I am the 6th son of a noble household. And by noble, I do mean that very loosely. We had a small keep in the southwest coast. Our area was fine, it was good. We had land, people were fed, people were happy, relatively speaking. But it's funny that as soon as someone else's war comes knocking, how little they care about the opinions of a 6th son, or the 1st son, or some small tiefling keep. They care only about the river basin, so that way they can get a better footing for pushing forward. Damned be all the farmers and fishermen who lived there for generations before. So yes, I am sitting in a position to where I have seen what happened to Diademia long before the planet started to disappear and before all this happened. The world was tearing itself apart long before the gods abandoned us. And he kind of like spins around to the like kind of looking around everybody else. And whether you're all so wrapped up in your own drama or you think that you were going to save the world? You, a merry band of misfit adventurers. What were you, riding around on horses, going from town to town, doing your best to save the world? Killing anyone who stopped you, I imagine? taking whatever coin was offered for your services? I'm saying that as mortals, we had nothing. Maybe as demigods in this whatever comes next, we might actually be able to do some good. But please, continue to yell into the void. Continue to shake your fist and hope to flip the switch back to create a Diademia that was so broken already that people weren't even aware that it was disappearing because the wars were so bad, because people were already starving. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the laughable idiot tiefling, right? Charming just sits down on the floor, just mad as shit, like fuming here.
And Shawnee's just gonna go over and she's just gonna place her hand on his shoulder.
So, Charming, why do you wait?
Because I was willing to wait to see if you guys actually had a plan. And so far, what I've heard is you're going through with it. You don't even know what God is helping you. So for all we know, it is already him, which is why I guess he didn't feel the need to really offer you much. And then we have Arya, who just wants to try.
So you were waiting for a plan? A plan to not go through with this?
I was waiting to see if there was a better offer on the table.
Than being a demigod.
Then either turning the world back the way it was, or forging something new. And yes, as a demigod.
So you do want to save this world that's not worth saving. Otherwise you wouldn't have waited for a plan.
I want to save it for selfish reasons.
I think everyone has at least one selfish reason to want to save it. But the question is, can we truly save it? Or is starting over the path we must take?
Arya, who has been quiet this entire time, her gaze just on the ground by her feet, just turns and just starts walking away.
I'm going to walk a little ways away as well. Like, with my orb and just sitting, thinking.
Yeah, if we touch the orb, nothing happens. Or do I need to roll to see if something happens?
Nothing happens if you touch it.
Okay. Tom is just gonna take the orb and is just gonna like do that like baseball thing where he's just laying on his back, throwing the ball up, and then catching it. I'm just kind of waiting.
Suck if it just he threw it up and didn't catch it. It just shattered.
Arya said you're not going to use yours. I will try and speak to my god, patron, whatever you call it.
Okay. Make a wisdom check.
15. Oh, okay. 15 or 25.
Oh, those are way different numbers.
I'm not good at math.
A few moments pass, and you hear in your mind, Uriah, so, seems a bit more powers offered on the table.
Is this any of your doing? Was this in your plan?
Not part of my plan, but it does expedite it a bit.
So this offer wouldn't hinder your plan?
Oh, no. More power? Hinder?
I don't fear the power, I fear strings being pulled in opposite directions.
There's always a string being pulled. But that goes both ways.
So with the power that I received from you, am I stuck here?
Not necessarily, no.
Where is there to escape to? Is there anywhere?
Depends. Are you willing to give up all these mortal ties?
Most.
But not all.
But not all.
I think you should mull it over a bit. See what's really important to you.
If I were to take this power, would Asmodeus' string be pulling me?
His string would be attached, but he works a bit differently, really. He likes to have a lot of strings out there, just as tethers, but he doesn't necessarily tug at them constantly. Only if it really suits his needs.
Do you know what his plan is?
I imagine gaining the upper hand, especially with everything that's happening.
What is happening? Are we the last ones of that world? Is that world savable?
Savable? No. I think it's far beyond that. Last ones? Depends on your perspective of last. There's a lot going on. Things aren't going as planned here. And answers are needing to be given for actions taken.
Is it time for consequences?
It's always a time for consequences.
If I were to accept this, would I be able to protect those moral ties, as you call them?
In a way.
Mortal ties. Sorry.
Yes. In a way. Not so yes. And I'm really not trying to be vague. It's just how it is. But
I understand. You really only care for me for one purpose.
yes, one purpose. But, Uriah, I feel that you already have the answer. You just want permission. But, unlike your friends, you don't need permission anymore.
Uriah will grab the orb. How do I use this thing?
Try shaking it like a snow globe. That way.
Arya's just been following
I
him
wish
this whole time.
I was a
Yes.
demigod.
As you say that, the orb in its transparency starts to develop a cloud of blackness that starts to fill inside of the orb. Think Remember All, except a black cloud instead of a red one.
Can't remember what I've forgotten.
Have you made a choice?
Huh. Is that in my head?
Yes.
Okay. Is it a different voice from the other voice?
Slightly.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Papa Asmodeus.
Papa, can you hear me?
I have made my choice.
Ah, good. And your decision?
To continue on as something more.
Ah. Well. Then something more you shall be. And that cloud starts to erupt outward and slowly it goes up your arm and then over the rest of your body until you fade into the singularity darkness that is around all of everyone else. Arya!
She's going through a lot right now. Arlo's like trying to console her, but she's not talking to him at all. However, she is going to try to reach out to Helm.
Okay. Make a religion check or a wisdom check. Just like a straight wisdom
Did
roll.
Charming shake her faith?
17.
Okay. What are you saying?
Emotional damage.
And are you saying it out loud? Are you saying it in your
Oh
mind?
no, she's saying it in her mind.
Okay.
So she's sitting there and she's thinking to herself,
Am I truly being selfish? me wanting to try and save the world, to save my friends and family. Am I really doing a bad thing for others?
Why so much doubt? Your mind is cluttered.
Because I thought I was doing the right thing.
And aren't you doing the right thing?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. I want to protect the ones that I love. But is me saving Diademia the right path to do so?
Do you want to save more than just Diademia?
I thought I did. But after explaining myself, Charming does have a point. And I don't know if I want to be selfish.
Do you feel that you are being selfish?
No.
Then why does it hold any power? Just because one individual says something about you doesn't mean it defines you. Now, if you want to cloud yourself in this doubt that you keep, then by all means, I will not stop you. But you do not have to prove yourself to anyone. You've known what you've accomplished in such a short time. And yes, it might pale in comparison to everything else that is happening. But should that stop you from trying?
Lord Helm, can Diademia be saved? Or is it truly just far too gone? Is there anything I can do to save it?
Saving it may be no longer an option. But I can assure you, your next choice is.
What do you think of this deal that Asmodeus has made? I don't trust it.
I was made by the cloth of Lord Io. the creator of gods. And unlike my brothers and sisters, I do not share a great deal of their mindset. Asmodeus has always displayed himself in this type of fashion, and I do not surmise that would change. Whether it's you, Arlo, any of your friends, or anyone else, he will continue to do as he sees fit. But I believe gods kind of envy mortals. Again, we are cut from a specific cloth. We act in a certain way because that is our creation. That's how we are. But you all have choices you can make that helps define you.
I think I have a lot of thinking to do. But I appreciate your words, Lornhelm.
I shall continue to be here for you, Arya, for as long as you shall have me.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
And as she is finishing up talking with Helm, Arlo's voice kind of echoes in into her ears. Arya, are you even listening to me? Man, I hate it when you're like this. Arya, come on. And Arya opens her eyes.
What? Did you say something, Arlo?
Yeah, I've been saying something to you for the past 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was, lost in thought.
Yeah. Lost in thought. Look, whatever Charming said, don't let that get to you, okay? He's a pompous asshole who doesn't know what he's talking about. Arya kind of just shakes her head.
Arlo, that's not very nice to say about someone you've just met.
You know, first impressions are a lot. He just appears as a pompous asshole to me. He kind of like tries to pull off a playful grin, but Arya's kind of just not having it. Look. I know you want to save Diademia, and I know you want to save, you know, the ones you care about. Me, everyone in this room, Mom, Dad, Gray, Galen. I don't know why about Galen, but I don't know what can be done. And we don't know what happened to everyone. Diademia is disappearing. And one thing's for sure, he puts his hands on her shoulders. You are here with me. I don't want to lose you. I'm going to take the deal.
because I don't want to lose you. And maybe you should too. At least we would be together. We would have each other. It's just something to think about, okay? Arya just nods. Just give it some thought, okay? He kind of just pats her shoulder, and walks off. And he does grab his orb while he's walking.
Does he do anything?
He doesn't do anything. He's just like, hey, wasn't this supposed to do something if we touched it or actually accepted the deal?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Did I
Jesus
keep
Christ!
you waiting?
You know, you should really not do that.
You'll get used to it. Have you come to a decision?
Yes. I have the orb in my hand, don't I?
Yes, but you still have to make a choice.
I accept.
You accept. That easy.
Yes.
Now I'm the one looking for strings. Before anything happens, what was it?
What was what?
The reason that you came to your decision.
Oh. What does that matter to you?
That doesn't matter, really. I mean,
I have my reasons, and I'm sure you have your reasons for offering me this. So, we'll keep it at that.
you know, Arlo, godhood is a long time.
I'm aware. I'm talking to a god.
And an important one at that.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
I mean, all things considered. There's sort of a ranking structure up here.
Yeah, I understand. You're like the captain of the guard, and I'm just a puny soldier. I get it.
Yes. But I would like you to serve as one of my champions. You seem to have a good heart. More than mine's, at least.
A champion with a good heart? For you.
Yes, I would like to have all aspects of myself shown.
Huh. Why?
Partially just because I don't want to do that part. And another reason is, it'd be interesting to see what you do, given the power, given the option.
So what would this entail for me?
Well, you would be in charge of things. You know all those wars and battles and warriors that are out there, and all those fighters. You know how much fighters are important. You'd watch and manage over all of that. I mean, it's much better than if I got my hands into war. Just be more chaos, really.
Arlo's about to say something, but then decides not to say a word.
Growth.
One growth point. All right. Fine.
And the orb starts to glow with a white cloud. And it starts to fill inside that transparency space. And it echoes out. Similarly, goes up your arm, around your body, and you two fade into the darkness. Charming. You spoke a lot about Diademia just now, right?
Yes, Galen, I did. Kind of stops tossing the ball, kind of like set for the orb and sets it down. What about it?
In a way, we're kind of a solution and a problem.
This is Galen talking to me, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah.
I mean, you are, but you know. I love you.
Arya just shooting pop shots from how far away is she now?
Do I need to? I was gonna say, do I need to go on another fucking monologue of fucking emotional damage? You want that?
No, not particularly.
I'm good.
Anyway. Galen, I'm sorry. I truly am. I'm going to need you to speak a little plainly here. What do you mean we're both a solution and a problem?
We're not from here. I mean, you're from Diademia, but
Yeah.
Diademia is not our home world. We're just here now.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. I thought you were saying like we, not we.
Oh yeah,
I understand you now.
We.
Sorry, yes. Got it now. Was very confused. Now I'm tracking. I'm here with you. Yes. Not your homeworld. What?
Arya, Arlo, and myself are not from Diademia. Originally.
Then where are you from then?
Different plane. But
That brings up so many more questions of why you even want to bother.
that's the thing. Us being here is also possibly why the world is in the state that it is. I mean, we're just 3. I can only imagine how many other people aren't supposed to be from around these parts. But what Arya mentioned back there, she meant it. She is willing to fight for Diademia, even if it's not necessarily her home.
That's all well and good, but what about Diademia is she fighting for? Like you, all of you have just been on this noble high horse since I've met you about saving Diademia and trying to save the world. What part of the world are you trying to save? You, Galen, what are you trying to save?
My decisions have changed as of late. I left my home village a long time ago in search of someone, and I still haven't found her.
He puts a little smile on, like, Before I make a comment, is this mother, sister, or is this a lover?
None of the above. She was the prettiest girl in our village, but she was more of a big sister to me.
Don't tell me you were one of the nice guys.
I really didn't see her that way.
Okay, look, I'm sorry. The amount of people that say, like, oh, I am a nice guy. It's like, no, you're not a nice guy. You're actually the fucking worst. At least some of the assholes are at least honest about being assholes.
I feel like you've met a wide assortment of...
Yes. Well, I'm the sixth son. That doesn't mean my sisters had a lot of nice guys show up from time to time. Most of them just in it for the fetish.
So you were just...
You'd be surprised what a tiefling can do with their tail.
exposed to a lot of things growing up.
Yes, I learned very early. Knock on bedchamber doors before entering.
I kind of feel like our conversations are diverging in
Sorry,
completely
you were
opposite
talking-
directions.
So your
You
big
asked
sister
me
character.
How?
Yes, why are you?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's just stay there.
Mhm.
I don't know. But I can answer you this. I met Arya a long time ago. And there's always been something about her that I haven't been able to put my finger on. She's nice, but it's more than that. Usually, people do nice things for recognition or just so that they can have in their mind that they've done good. And I don't think it's the same for Arya.
Sorry, something is just in my ear. You know, it's like a fucking-
Pip echo.
yes, an echo of Pip is rattling around in my ear. I apologize. But so what? She has a kind soul.
Perhaps.
She has
I mean, I'm pretty sure if Arya could save the world tomorrow and no one knew of it, she would do it. Not because it saves everyone, not because it's what her god would want her to do. It's because she knows it's the right thing.
I mean, I get it. I do. I get it. You know, you have your. There are people in this world, in the world of Diademia, that I'm sure would make the sacrifice play to be the hero, and I get that. And whether or not she wants the recognition for such thing is, well, it doesn't matter to me, at least. Because then, but at the end of the day, sure, she's making the sacrifice. She wants to make a sacrificial play, but is the play worth making? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not even a matter of do I think she's doing it for the right reasons. It's the fact of the reasons she's doing it are lackluster, to say the best. She wants to save her friends? Because she wants to. Yes, says me. It seems everyone else here is all wrapped up in their own stuff. And can I roll a perception to see if I noticed that the others have, like, that two of them have disappeared?
I mean, you wouldn't be able to notice anyway, because as soon as anyone starts walking off, they just kind of like walk into shadow.
Oh, see, I'm thinking this is just like just a big dark space, but like it's just you can see forever. There's just nothing there.
Oh no, it's a
Like
little-
like you're in space, not like it's clouded. All right.
Yeah.
Look. Says me. Now, of course, my opinion, you can do what you want. Who am I to any of you?
Here's the question, though. If you take Asmodeus up on his offer, what are you accepting? Because it seems like you've already given up on Diademia. But now, you're a demigod. Will you give up so easily just because everyone else already has?
You are a very strange fellow.
I've been told that.
And I'm going to assume that you are not attempting to call me a coward. Because that would be very poor taste. But I would give up so easily as you put it. I had to learn what battles to fight. If you fight every battle as if that battle is the most important battle, then you'll end up overextending yourself, wasting resources, essentially draining yourself dry. Sometimes you have to lose somewhere to win a bigger battle later on. It's cold math, I understand. It's not fun. Trust me, I hate it. Why do you think I paint a smile on my face every day? Not physically, of course. I don't paint a smile on. But what do you think I do this carefree demeanor?
I would imagine you do it for yourself. So that
If I did it for myself, I would simply be sitting in a hole somewhere, drinking my sorrows away like some of my brothers. No, I do this for the people around me, so that way they see that, well, if Charming can put on a smile and a brave face and push on, then so can I. Do it to bolster those around me. Because if they see the math that I have to do, they have to see the decisions that my family had to make, or that I personally have to make and live with. Well, then they give up hope altogether. Similar to this. And he kind of gestures to everything around him. I held on that smile for as long as I could. But if Diademia is being destroyed, and so far the only option that we have is either to sit in the afterlife or try to figure out a way to get back to a world that's crumbling and possibly try to save it, whatever that even means. Save it from what exactly? Are we going to fight some being that can rip a world apart? What, are you going to hit it with a little... What are you going to... What? Does Galen have a weapon on him?
I think he uses a mace or a warhammer.
Are you going to...
Warhammer.
Warhammer. Would you like me to use my whip? My flail? Or are you going to use your warhammer on it? You're going to hit it really hard with your hammer and somehow that will undo everything that's been ripped apart?
The difference between a coward and someone who has courage. A coward doesn't believe in the first place that their whip will do a damn thing. A person who has courage doesn't necessarily know if their whip will work, but they are certainly willing to try. See, perhaps it's just me and how I am, but the fake smiles, that glamour that you put on, you can see through it. Because there's no base to it. It's not attached with actual, genuine feelings. It's a facade. And if all you have is a facade, then that's all you have.
So as he was saying those last couple lines, like the difference between bravery and somebody with courage and a coward, Charming would have started to stand up at that point. So he waits for him to finish. There is a very large difference between courage and stupidity. But hey, what would I know? You obviously came from somewhere, chasing a girl who probably doesn't even know you exist, or left for whatever reason that she did. You were looking after your big sister. I wish I had banished you. I really do. But here we are. Whatever amalgamation of your personalities came to be, we get this one, who thinks he is holier than thou. Well, let me ask you something. How many of your people did you see die in front of you? Calling my smile and my stature see-through, transparent, nothing to hold on to. I've held this for years. That's the whole fucking reason my region of Diademia was still intact. Why the farmers didn't just leave. Why we kept pushing both sides of the war from our shores. Where was your merry band of misfits for them? Or were you busy looking for coin, or whatever else you were? I don't need your lecture. I'm not one of your little friends that you've been traveling with for years. If you want to take the deal, take the deal. If you don't, then don't. But don't sit here and try to make me feel like an asshole, or try to paint me as a coward in your eyes. Because I didn't leave my world in search of something. My world fell apart around me long before Diademia began to crumble.
Well,
he snatches up the orb from the ground.
Maybe with that, you'll actually have the power to banish someone.
Say one more word.
One more word.
As soon as he says one, I'm hitting him in the face with a flail.
Go for it.
Does a 29 hit?
Sure.
Wait, was that a sure or was that a yes?
That's a yes.
Okay, I was like, don't be pulling some oh no. Yeah, so let's see here. We're gonna do a 4th level smite on top of that because I'm mad as shit. So because of that, let me make sure. So it's 1d8 radiant plus. I can never remember where the hell my smite actually is supposed to be. Class features. That's where I'm looking. So second level, 2d8, first level spot to a max. Sorry, to a max of 5d8. Damage increased by 1d8. The target is undead. All right. So it's the first level 2. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So it'll be 5d8. Another d8 because of the improved criticals. That'll be 68 plus the flail. So I'm just gonna do it through D&D Beyond here because I'm not rolling those. 68. You're not undead, are you?
No.
Okay. So that'll be 24 radiant damage, and then it will be 15 of just bludgeoning damage.
And you hit him with your flail?
Yeah.
How do you do this?
As soon as he starts talking.
Excuse the fuck out of me!
As soon as he starts talking, I stand up and I pick up the orb and I'm like, say one more word. And he goes, one more. And then as the mo comes out, the flail cracks him across the jaw. Like, across the jaw. Like, just, bah!
And as that smited energy comes down, Galen goes down to one knee. Yes. Use your power against me to make yourself feel better. Use your power to make a difference.
Oh, by the way, sorry. One small thing. Because of my crusher feat, you're also going to move 5 feet.
Back.
Just to the side.
Okay.
Like, it's going to knock him 5 feet backwards.
Okay.
Just in case, you know.
And when you get more power, remember this when you're smiting some person that you deem needs it. Because that's what you're agreeing to. And I almost can guarantee you, Asmodeus is going to eat you up. But maybe that's what you want. Someone that you can blame it on. Oh, I just destroyed this village because my father told me to do it. Your quarry isn't with me. Your quarry was yourself. A long time ago, before you met any of us. We're just easy targets to direct it towards. So charming. Make your deal.
Is taking everything I have not to hit him with that second attack. Is 2 attacks per action. I want to kill him. Oh, I want to kill him. How bad does he look right now?
He's still above half.
Okay. An awful lot of shit with a fucked up jaw.
One difference between me and you, Prince. No matter how much someone tries to make me come for them, I only do it if they deserve it. And that's the difference between you and me.
I really wish I had something to just like. Actually, how long does this last for? Oh, it only lasts for a minute. Or a round. Damn it. Alright, I'm just gonna leave it there. There's a small part of me that wanted to command him to shut the fuck up.
I mean, I don't know if you would have won that wisdom save, but
I mean, it's a 20.
He's also
You'd have to make
part
it
druid.
I mean, the dice can fuck you no matter what your class is. I can fail a charisma check even though I can fail a persuasion even though my persuasion's plus 15. But, nah, he's just gonna let him stew in his self-righteous, pompous bullshit.
Sure, label it as that, Mr. I'm so petty, I have the attention span of a small child. That's
You're talking about
GM
Charming?
talking, not Galen talking.
I was gonna say, is that who are you referring to? Like, what are you
Charming.
talking about? Charming?
Yes.
I was at the attention span of a small child. Yeah, all right, whatever. He just starts walking away. Like as he's running his mouth still, he's leaving before he actually kills him. And he's just holding the orb in his hand, and now he's just mad. But he's also like trying to calm himself the fuck down because he doesn't want to be like, "Give me the tail!" Like angry. I have never wanted to kill another fucking PC/NPC so badly. I've wanted to kill a lot of PCs. Most of them played by one particular person, but I digress.
I swear. Poor little Will.
No, it's you, bitch! It is you!
I don't make terrible decisions.
No, but you do make sassy assholes that fucking make me want to just wring your neck
Guess
in a
what?
loving
The world's
way.
filled with sassy assholes. If we go around smiting everyone that's around, it just makes us more sassy assholes.
No,
The
that makes you
master
dead.
button pusher.
Yeah.
Well, Galen's not dead, and
Yeah, I walked away because I didn't want to kill him.
because
Because something tells me
higher
that-
road.
I gave him an option, like, say one more fucking word, and then he was like, one more bing! Like, I told you not to fucking do it.
Okay, because you're my dad and you tell me what to do.
Alright, look, like, his character can do that, but at the same time, like, I'm not. I said don't
It's
do it,
fine.
and you did it.
It's fine, Paul.
What's Ishani doing?
I know. I mean, Ashani would have seen the whole thing because she's still in that range.
Ishani's probably gonna go try to help Prince Charming come down.
Yes, go help the baby. Rub his back. That's DM talking.
Oh, I know. Damn, we're gonna have some words after this.
It's the same thing. I'm like a
Yeah,
god.
it-
I have the same portfolio and I open up to the same pages and I push the same buttons and everyone keeps reacting the same way. So I'm gonna keep pushing those same buttons until I get a different reaction one day. And I'm like, oh, they've learned, and I can turn the page. It's fine. I have one trope and I use the fuck out of it.
Yeah, more than one, but you do typically fall back on 2 or 3 of them. OP bad guy that nobody can hit, sassy asshole NPC, and then we're going over here because I said so.
Enter One Winged Angel song. So
Anyway.
yes, Shani, you catch up to Charming.
Are you going to be alright?
And he just takes a second and just, yeah, I'll be fine. I just shouldn't have hit him. I feel like that was his thing. I don't know if he has a kink thing with it, but I feel like that's probably what it was.
I don't know. I just worry about you. This whole situation is getting out of hand.
What about you though? I mean, where are you on this? Like, I know you were saying that you feel like your hand's being forced, but
The way I look at it, I have nothing left in Diademia. I'm sure my father's gone by now. My mother, wherever she may have been, is probably gone. I'll never find the answers I sought to get from her about why she left. The only thing I feel I can really do is try to look forward to the future. And if there's a chance I can seize that future and do something positive with it, that seems like the best path to take.
You know, Shani, you... Thank you. Of everyone here, it seems like you're the only sensible one. But let's not pretend you're not also doing this for a girl. Hmm? Maybe have a little demigod fling on the side. Hmm?
I am very worried for Lily as well.
I don't know what a... Is a half demigod still a demigod? Or is that like a quarter god? I'm not sure what type of children you would make, but I'm sure they would be lovely.
I'm not sure we would have children, but
I don't know, it's God stuff. Or, you know, people... What was it? Somebody was made from cloth or something like that, and then somebody else jumped out of their head, and then another person was made out of clay and then got hit with a lightning bolt. Or was that another demigod? Diana? No. Might have been Diana. Can't remember anymore. Anyway. But... Well, are you doing this for you, or are you doing this because you feel there's no other choice? Because, I mean, who knows? You might find them in exile. Exile, right? That's where we were going?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I mean, you might find them in exile.
even if I could find them in exile, I feel that could be an equally selfish path, trying to simply pursue Lily, whom I just met, out of pure interest, when accepting the deal, as frightening as it could be, there is that chance I could do something positive with that power, positive for others. Not just for Lily.
You do bring up some solid points. And I do apologize if my joking got a little much.
You are who you are. Everybody has faults. Everybody has differing opinions. At the end of the day, all we can do is be ourselves and really make what decision we feel is best, whether it be for ourselves or for others.
And I guess there's no time like the present then, so it seems your mind's set, and well, if I listen to that elf or whatever the hell he is talk one more second, I think I'm going to find out how much damage I can do in this voidless place.
All I can say, Charming, is you keep being you regardless of whatever others might say.
He just smiles and like puts an arm around her. Oh, many people have tried to change me, darling, but few have... Well, none have technically succeeded, but keep it in mind. he just kind of takes his orbs and just kind of looks at it. Would you like to do it together, or would you like to go first? Me go first? How do you want to do this?
And she's gonna look at her orb. If we're of the same mind, we might as well do this together. We've been together for a while now, haven't we?
Yeah, might as well. Cheers. takes the orb and like clinks it to her orb, and like as he's doing it, he's like, "Oh, I hope that didn't break it." We didn't really get instructed. Do we break the orb? How do we actually get it to?
And she's just going to say, Asmodeus?
Hello.
A twofer. I'll do this at the same time.
Ooh, frisky.
You've both come to a decision, I assume.
Yep.
Yes.
We'll be taking the demigod. Well, we'll be taking some demigod powers. Although I do have a small question. You did say remake us, correct?
Might have been my phrasing, yes.
Will we still look like this, or is that like just like metaphorically you're going to make our like new bodies?
Oh, no, I'm not going to do anything that invasive.
Okay. I like my fall, worked very hard on this.
Really?
Flexes pecs. Like, yes. You know how many hay bales I had to throw to get this bod?
Nephris, my boy.
I should have known that you knew that name.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't want anyone to mistake all your titles.
He looks at Ashani. Still charming. Don't you try to use my name.
And as he says that, charming, yours starts to plume a cloud of pink, and Ishani, yours is a cloud of green, and then similarly, it consumes you.
Dope clouds. Then there were two.
Perception checks, you demigodders. Also, max out your stats to 20.
Don't try to like change gears. I want to hear what old boy's got to say to. You make her feel bad, or was it just because I went on a monologue?
23.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm overriding my scores.
Okay.
I have all the
It's already
power.
20 before overriding scores.
Arlo got a 29.
Nice.
Perception.
Mhm.
11.
I mean, if it's...
Hey, look, it doesn't matter. Hey, like I said, doesn't matter what your stats are. The dice can still fuck you.
You four appear in a great hall, and you're looking around. Nothing looks familiar, and Asmodeus comes around the corner to greet you. Yes. Let's get all of the formalities out of the way, just so that we're all on the same page. From this day forth, and he looks at Uriah, you will be the new god of death. The dead, murder, sorcerers, and the underworld. Your home will be the plane of shadows. And cat's out of the bag. You are now a lesser god because of your great decisions. And he looks over to Arlo. As we agreed, Arlo, you will be the god of war, battle, battles, warriors and fighters, your home will be the warrior's rest. And for now, you will remain a demi-power. Charming. Nephris. You have so many more titles now.
Nephris.
Don't look at me. You're not one of my, like, yeah.
You will be the god of beauty, love, passion, duty, loyalty, obedience, and paladins.
I'm gonna need you to send that to me afterwards. I tried typing that as you were saying
Yeah,
it.
I'm gonna
That was
post
a
the
lot.
new list.
I just
All I got was beauty.
beauty, love, passion, loyalty, something. I'm like paladins. Got it. All right.
You will reside within, well, between the Brightwater and the House of Celestia.
I was trying to think how to spell Celestia, and I was like, it's gonna be close enough.
And Ishani, you will be the goddess of wild nature, winter and druids. You will reside in the House of Nature. Now, are there any questions?
I just hear Maliki shrieking in the background. Yay, new friends!
What are we gods and goddesses of if our world is no more?
Ah, come. That will be all taken care of on the back end. Just remember your duties when the time comes. They will be important.
So
Arlo kind of looks around. What of Arya and Galen?
What of them?
Did they not take the deal?
Apparently not. Guess it wasn't important to them. I will go search for others. It's no big deal. But
God damn it.
go get yourselves acquainted. Go find your houses. Make sure it's to your standards. And enjoy your new demi status. Regardless.
Sorry, one more little thing before you go. Pip and Lily?
Oh, right, yes. They should be at your houses, respectively. You probably should check the Brightwater first for Pip.
So is Pip a demi-dog now? Or how does that work?
Do you want him to be a demi-dog? You could just make
Yeah.
him immortal.
Oh. I kind of want him to be like on... I'll mull it over.
Yes.
I'm sorry, all I can think of is the welcome to Dimmadome, Dimsdale Dimmadome, here with Doug Dimmadome.
Uriah just walks away and tries to focus his power to where Arya is.
Meanwhile, Arya.
Well, she.
One of us.
Would
One
she-
of us.
Hold on, would she have heard the smite ring out or no?
I imagine not.
She
Would
walked off a
Asmodeus
bit.
allow such things to take place? when he's trying to make people make very,
1,000%.
very difficult decisions.
You
No, because
act
then
like
Arya's
you-
gonna come over there and be like, "You can't do this. It's all bad." Ah."
You act like we couldn't hear each other. Like that'd be the whole point of like putting us there was so we could. All right, whatever. Live your life.
But yeah, after kind of thinking it over, she will turn and realize that everyone but Galen is gone. She sees Galen, right?
Make a perception check.
Uh, 32.
Yeah, I imagine you see him through the darkness.
I thought I rolled an 11
Jeez,
and then it was
eyes of
actually
the
a
night.
17. I'm like, Jesus, okay. So she is going to walk over. I'm assuming everyone took the deal.
I think so.
What about you?
What about me?
Are you gonna take the deal?
I don't think I want that.
Can I ask why?
No.
Oh,
I think because you didn't take the deal.
but why would you do that?
I don't know.
It's all right if you do.
I think if we take it, we might not be able to see each other anymore.
That's true. I just... Everything that I've known... There really is no hope of saving Diademia, is there?
I think it depends on our idea of saving.
I mean, true, Diademia may have not been perfect, but nothing truly is perfect, is it?
No.
To some, Diademia is still home. The good, the bad. Everything that it was. I do want to try to save it. I really do. I just...
Don't know how?
Yeah.
And in that moment, the darkness essentially is pulled out from underneath you, and y'all are surrounded by all white, and you watch as the two translucent orbs shoot up into the air I'll be taking these, you hear in your mind as they vanish when they go up.
Is Arlo with you?
You don't hear anything.
So we're just in a plane of white. We don't see the crossroads. We don't.
And then a cloud of darkness appears. And Uriah, much larger, still same stature, physical-wise, he's just like God-statured right now, appears, and realizing y'all are tiny, he shrinks down.
Uriah? What are you doing here?
I've come for you.
Me?
Where do you wish to go?
She's kind of taken aback a bit.
I think you already know the answer to that one.
Then take my hand, and he'll stretch it out.
What about Galen?
What about Galen?
Oh, we'll come back for him later.
Like, oh right, scythe to the head. There we go.
I can only have one passenger, sorry.
I'm just learning how to do this. All right, let me. Meanwhile, Galen just stays there for the rest of time,
Oh no.
being sassy to himself and his three other personalities. You know,
Leave
maybe we
that,
should have taken the kill.
That choice is up to Galen.
Ari is going to look over to him.
Are you coming with?
Where will we go?
Diademia.
All right.
I'm not sure what we'll do once we get there, but you know, it's a start.
Uriah, my life is in your hands.
This is nothing new. He'll reach out a hand to Galen.
Arya will take Uriah's hand.
And as the two of them reach out towards you, Uriah, right before their grasp is within reach, they vanish in orbs of light. And you're standing there by yourself.
What happened? Arya! Do I hear anything? This isn't right. It's not how it's supposed to be. Neru.
Well done, Uriah. Well done. You see, I haven't been making the best decisions as of late. And thanks to you, that no longer matters.
What does that mean?
It means that I, Narul, previous god of death, the dead, murder, the underworld.
That like clicks in Uriah's head. He didn't even realize that.
I also was under the name of Kelmvor. But now, I think I'll be Uriah. We are now one.
What do you mean we are one?
It means we're the same, cut from the same cloth. You are I am you.
But you do not make my choices.
That's what I thought. But you'll find our choices are quite similar.
Then where did she go? Why can't I find her?
I think you will find her in time. But she's made her choice.
And I've made mine for her. Yet I can't find her.
The pain will ease in time. Come. We have dealings to work. I mean, Diademia might not be around, but there's other work to be done.
He will try and search for Arya in whatever demigod ways he can.
Okay. Make a survival check.
$19.
Okay. Uriah, you begin your search. And for a while you think you may never find her again. And then, like a fly on the wall, you manage to just slip in unnoticed as a certain batch of gods are creating Diademia from scratch. And you watch as Helm takes two figures, male and female, and he creates gods out of them. And that same light you saw when Arya and Arlo disappeared goes into them, and they go into Diademia as protectors. And you slip back out, as you do. I mean, shadows are your friend now. Knowing that one day your paths will cross again. And Arya, from that moment, you have all the titles that Helm gave you, like protector of women. But you also are the goddess of bards. And Galen, same deal, becomes god of springs as well. The dawn, birth, youth, vitality, athletics, and barbarians. And you both reside in the House of Morning Glory. Many days pass, almost an uncomfortable amount now that you all are in some form of godhood. Until finally, by happenstance, you all enter the same space. You come into this large courtyard near House Celestia, which is where a lot of the gods have access to. It might not necessarily be their house. And Nephris, now fully aware of his goddom as the god of beauty and other things, gathers you all in his court. What would you like to do?
Stop throwing around my government name. Like you're doing that.
This is the name that the mortals will know you by now.
And
Well,
You also
We haven't-
have the Lord Devil's Crown, the Prince Charming, the Truth Deity, the Loyal Fury, but Nephris is just a lot easier to say.
me dog.
and we haven't seen. None of us have seen each other
Uh,
since that point,
yeah, like
right?
Arya, you've seen Galen, and y'all might have seen each other every once in a while, but as gods, y'all have a lot of stuff that y'all have to filter through. But this is the first time y'all are back together as a group.
Are all of us lesser gods?
No, you're the only lesser god, which is a higher ranking
Okay.
than the demi-powers. But that's just because of well-placed cards.
Double down.
Fucking firestorm over here. 2 people in 1 body. Hey, look, he's almost like Galen now.
Or Arya and Arlo.
So
mean,
I'm
queen.
I'm assuming that Arya would have walked in with Galen and Arlo would have came in by himself.
Mm-hmm.
Arlo, obviously seeing his sister, is ecstatic as he goes running over and gives her the biggest hug. Because this is the first time he's actually been able to speak with her this entire time. So, wait, did you take the deal?
No. But I'm here regardless.
Galen, explain.
I believe Lord Helm just wanted us to make a choice.
Well, I'm glad both of you are here regardless. So what are you guys in charge of again?
protection.
What? Both of you?
Yeah.
I mean, there's other things. It's a really long list, but
Right. Well, I'm like I said, I'm glad you're all right.
What about you, Arlo? What are you in charge of?
I'm the God of War. I'm in charge of, battles, fights, strong big brother stuff.
Why do I feel like you're hiding something?
What? Me? No. She's gonna insight check him.
Before she does, the doors fly open to the place, and come bounding in are 4 blink dogs. One of them looks like a giant pit bull. When I say giant, I'm talking like they are large, like they are big as hell, but they're still blink dog-esque. But one of them is like a big pit bull. Another one is a looks kind of like a husky. Another one looks like a German shepherd. And then the last one, the biggest of them, is just a big bulldog. And they all just come boom, boom, and like just start running around.
Where the heck did these? Charming.
Welcome, hello, and you see him. He comes in. Jacket's now not even on. He's not even wearing that anymore. Just
Arlo's just like covering his sister's eyes. Yep.
welcome, everyone. Sorry for the dogs. You know how they get with new people.
Can't you I don't know, put them somewhere?
I mean, I could. Where's the fun in that? What, you mean to tell me you don't find these dogs adorable?
He's just kind of looking at the bulldog that's like drooling. Right.
Pip, come on. He's just... and he just like pretty much like lays at the front. And then the other dogs are just kind of like sitting around. But the underworld has their own dogs. I'd like to have mine, It serves as a nice little reminder. And then he plops down, and like Pip was like laying, and then he's just like leaning against it, like using him as just like a chair. Now then, glad to see that you all have made it. Huh? Surprised you here, actually, Galen. Thought for sure you would have not taken any deal.
I didn't take a deal.
Ayla and I never took the deal.
Then what? How are you here then?
Lord Helm made us as we are.
Oh. So you were forced by another god to become a demigod. Got it. So much different, right? Come. He starts waving over, and then you just see this line of tieflings, both male, female, just start coming in, carrying like trays of food. Please, sit. Make yourself comfortable.
Did Ashani come by herself, or...
She's got Lily with her.
I was gonna say, there better be a Lily with her, otherwise so help me.
Or what, Charming? What? What would you have done, huh?
I would have made Lily.
Lily looks around. This place is really fancy.
Yes,
I've seen fancier.
Fucking.
Ishani is now trying to imagine fancier.
I've seen fancier on the battlefield. So much fancier.
Uriah would show up. Why do I feel like we are back in the Crossroads again?
Well, I mean, there is wine, although I'm so sorry for you, Uriah. There is no honeyed goose. Oh, look, one of the dogs is here now. Oh, hello, dog. This is the smaller one. Is this why I made 4 dogs? Yes, it is. I was going to make one a Dalmatian. I was like, nah, that doesn't... Never mind. The German Shepherd... What I say? The German Shepherd? Not a thing. It's now a Dalmatian.
It's a blink Dalmatian.
Blinky Dally. Spotty. It's a blinky Spotty. Oh, thank you.
But
Sorry, no honeyed goose, unfortunately.
Seems you've quite taken to your role, Charming.
Well, if you're going to do a job, you might as well do it well, right?
Indeed.
now, tell me again what the mortals call you.
Oh, the god of the crowns, god of loyalty, god
No,
of
no,
love.
no, no, no. Your actual name.
Oh, my actual name? My actual name is none of your business, war boy.
Oh, I don't recall that being your name.
Nephris.
That was it.
Do you think?
Could you say that? Could you say that again? I don't think my sister heard you.
Oh, I can have both of you screaming it at the top of your lungs if you'd like. I would like to roll something. Something. Let me roll something for this.
Nope. Arlo's just
Or
gonna
have
sit there and
them
just shake
roll a
his head.
wisdom saving throw. Or a wisdom saving throw for that.
Con saving
You
throw,
find
instant vomit.
that as gods, your powers don't necessarily work on each other. It's like Cyclops and Havoc.
Thank you, DM.
I mean, it wasn't really, I wasn't trying necessarily to be like, can you feel? It was more of a way to just, it was more of just a quick shutdown for old boy Arlo over there. Well, I mean, if you're not down for it, I understand, but I'm sure there is some love to be had.
Who has time for that?
Us, we literally have time for that.
Nope.
You know, actually, if you did your job less so, it would probably actually open up a lot more time, because then people won't be fighting all the time. And don't try to bring up Troy and Helena, all right? Don't bring that up. That was not me. I didn't do that. That was not my doing.
Really? Then tell me who did.
I did not make her leave her husband. I didn't make her do that. All right? Maybe you should talk to your boy about not being a selfish lover.
We don't. Are we just talking nonsense right now?
Look, I just want to talk some bullshit, all right? It's funnier this. Look, hey, we're building backstory here, all right? When the world gets built, it's going to be like where it left off. Let me make a fucking Troy reference. Come on.
I was trying to decide if the world has been made or not yet. I didn't know.
I mean, it's been some time, so I don't know. And just because Diademia hasn't been there doesn't mean like there's not other places that we technically do stuff in. Maybe.
Well, now there is.
But we're gods of Diademia.
Yeah, but I mean, that's still like, I don't know how it works with
And
like, other
etc.
planes and stuff.
Anyway.
like who's in charge of the Feywild? Is there a god of the Feywild, or are we just like kind of dabble in that as well?
Oh no, there's still the long list of other gods that were made by the other ones that still have.
All right, look, man, I'm just saying. Look, once again, not my doing. All right, like I said, maybe he should have been less selfish of a lover, and didn't just like drop trow and try to pop it in.
Uh-huh.
You gotta be willing. You gotta listen. You mean to tell me is that
Look,
how
as
you?
long
tried
as
to
some
make-
battling was going on, I guess I don't really care too much. But That seemed like you're doing, so
I did look. Could I have stopped it? Probably. But honestly, by the time I got there was already a bunch of soldiers on the shore, and at that point, like it's kind of was already done.
Well, you better damn well believe I'm going to take advantage of that.
Well, of course you are, but at the same time, did you have to make the one guy drag the guy behind his horse for like 4 days? Oh, what? Now you don't want to claim the warriors? When they start doing some fucked up shit, now all of a sudden, no. Where's that in the war concords?
Arya's just like rubbing the fridge of her nose.
Are there flowers around? I imagine there are flowers around, right?
Oh, there are. Shadi, there are flowers galore in this place.
All right, well, Ishani's just taking a couple flowers and she's like tucking them into Lily's hair and she's just not paying attention to the argument.
Charming is gonna like start doing that, but then notices that and was like, I hope you're planning on replacing those.
Of course.
Charming, you have 1 million of them. What is 2?
It's not
That will grow back.
They don't actually grow back. I can't.
Oh,
always
heaven
go
forbid you have to
hello.
lift a finger to
No,
regrow
I
2
mean-
flowers.
No, I literally can't make them grow.
You could just ask Maliki for more.
I know.
That is also
I
true.
don't like going to Maliki. I'd much rather go to a Shadi.
Oh, what's wrong with Maliki?
I'm trying to pull a third personality in here for Queen.
How should I put this? Maliki is what we would call in my business a lot. She is well versed in the art of, let's just say she knows how to tie some knots very well. She is very limber, and I will leave it at that.
She's quite excitable, isn't she?
Oh, yes, she is. I was stuck there for 3 days the first time I tried to get some flowers.
3 days, good gracious.
Yeah,
I will-
I'm glad I'm a demigod, because otherwise I would have died.
I will regrow the flowers, do not worry.
Oh, don't stress about it. It's about time for the changing of the seasons anyway. We're still on for brunch in, what is it, next week?
Okay, listen, do you like to start shit just because you're bored, or you...
What do you mean?
She picks 2 flowers. You say, I hope you're going to regrow those. She proceeds to go, yes, I will regrow them. And then you're like, oh, never mind. Make up your damn mind.
Well, it was more of I don't want her to, like, feel like she needs, like, she has to put it at the top of a priority list.
But still
You know.
keep it on the list.
Yes, still keep it on the list, but it doesn't have to be at the very top.
Okay, but the way you worded it, it sounded like don't worry about it. Like, just don't worry about it.
Because she's going to be back here next week, my fair lad, where we're going to partake in some lovely drinks. You're more than welcome to come if you're not busy.
I'm always busy.
Oh, such a shame.
So
Oh,
charming,
such
why have
a
you
shame.
brought us here today?
Well, it would appear that it is time for DM. What the fuck am I bringing them here for today? I was gonna make up some bullshit, but I don't want to like derail this. And you have to be like, actually, let me just retcon everything he said because that's not what I want to do.
In that moment, the dogs like partially growl for a second and then they stop, and then you feel Asmodeus's presence enter into the space.
Oh yeah, that's why the dogs are there. Like, and there he is.
Children,
Asmodeus.
children. Oh, and brother, and he looks at Uriah. Now, there's something that most of you have to contribute here shortly, and it can be a secret.
What is this that we have to contribute?
something for the new world, for Diademia, actually.
So they really did rebuild it.
Yes, it's coming around smashingly.
That is a choice of words.
I mean, Maliki is there.
She does like to smash. Boom! Come on, you can't tell me that. You set that up. Come
Hey,
on.
we're done.
Full
Thank you
circle.
guys so much for this one. Look, you can't get mad at me for that. You set it up. Stacks is gonna stop
This-
having me in
this
games.
is
He's
why-
like,
this is
Paul's
why
no
we-
longer allowed.
This is why we can't have nice things.
This is why Paul has to play as Yaka the next campaign, because I might be obliged to just like kill him outright.
I gotta play a character with not a lot of charisma, so that way I like this stuff doesn't make sense. Like your character has no game. Why are you gonna?
And those
Anyway.
familiar orbs appear in front of the four of you. Put a little secret in there, and I'll add it to the world.
What do you mean secret? Like,
I mean, don't tell anyone what it is.
okay, but what should this secret be about? Like,
I don't know.
Give us
You
a-
all were so adamant about saying you wanted to help Diademia, and if you could contribute in any sort of way, put it in there. Let me know.
So if we wanted to create something, you would simply write the secret in there, and then they would be created, or
In a way, yes. I mean, there's other gods and goddesses at play here, so depending, it could be squandered. But
well, I'm not trying to make, like a giant death machine. Or, like a what Maliki's been making.
Oh yes, word is getting around
I-
about those invisible Tarasques.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
See-
what? Invisible Tarasques?
Yes.
I believe, was it Sirask? Is that what they were trying to say? That what they were brainstorming the name? There was Sirask?
Now, who was the one that allowed Maliki to do that?
I mean, I did limit her to like 4.
4?
You gave her 4?
It could have been worse. It could have been 20 or 100.
Why couldn't you
Although
just
I
given her
think
1?
Although I feel
Who
like your
needs
job,
4 sea Tarasques?
She
You do want
performed
I
this road.
love
very
this
well.
so fucking much. I love that she knows that these are terrible things, and yet she has to now be like, Maliki's like, they're lovely, the little babies, and then Arlo, what everyone else is saying, like, no, they're not. Like, I feel like a few of us are gonna have our psyches are gonna break one day, and it's just
We're just gonna laugh uncontrollably, just
I'm gonna slip into dip. I'm gonna just anyway.
Just made this world. Are you trying to destroy it again?
No, but if there's something that you think could help not destroy it in the future, that'd be way less work for me in the long run.
Make it so people don't war. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That would put you out of a job, Arlo.
oh, you wouldn't want to do that.
Oh, I don't even know what you would do with yourself if you weren't busy fighting things all the time. Then you might actually have to develop a personality.
Oh. You know, you talk all this game for someone who could probably pummel you into the ground.
Oh, you would like to pump me, would you? Ooh, not with your sister watching.
Shawnee is shaking her head right now.
Ashani knows damn good and well that like he's deflecting like a motherfucker because he's like, yeah, War God probably has like, you know, better fighting stuff than I do right now. Ashani would know that 1,000%.
Yep.
Anyway, right, scribble thing. Arlo XOXO chopping. It's not what he writes, but it'd be fun. So DM question. So with these, I guess the question for me, like as player, how big is this? And
So you would have known from just the time in being a demigod, essentially, that your power level is like you can make some stuff, but you can't like essentially do what like Maliki and the others are doing, where it's like creating a bunch of magnificent things from scratch. It's kind of like nerfed in a way. So,
so like if to put in aspects of like items, we could make like an uncommon item, but we could make like a legendary item.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. Just trying to like in my brain because I don't know whether we need to have this like right now, or if this is like we're just writing the secret and be telling you.
Oh no, I mean that would be rude. Be like, give it to me now.
Oh yeah, because you would never try to put players on the spot to come up with some bullshit right then and there, right?
Do improv when it's like
funny for you,
and you
know. Yeah, Arlo's going to take the spear, put his secret in it, and then just send it floating back.
That's what I like about you, Arlo. So decisive.
And Ishani's gonna put her secret in her orb and send it back.
Thank you.
Arya, might I see your hand?
Sure, she says, her face kind of blushing a bit as she
So,
offers
like,
her hand.
You know, like, cup her hand and like focus some power. And like kind of swirl some darkness around, and you'll see some light from Arya swirl around in it, and then he'll just like close it up and push it into the orb. Thank you, Arya.
Just nods.
Charming is just sitting back there grinning like a son of a bitch.
And Arlo has his arms crossed with an eyebrow raised at your eye, like, excuse the fuck out of me.
Hey, I have no control over that.
You are literally you know what? Never mind.
I can't influence them. Especially him. He got a bonus.
It's your damn house, all right?
Oh,
Jesus.
Look, if we wanted to go rough it in the woods or in a trench, you know what? Next time you host the gathering.
I don't think you want me to host the next gathering.
I absolutely don't, but it was a nice way of
You are always welcome to my home. It is very welcoming.
Sorry, is your world like just like?
It's a bit south.
You know what?
from
Actually,
here.
I kind of want to see it. The deep south.
The deep south.
Charming is going to kind of smile and then like whisper into the orb, just, and then you see it like fill up with the smoke and all that, and then send it over.
I don't think whistles are a secret.
I gift you the power of whistling.
It's actually, well, I was bouncing between the two. The one I didn't decide on was non-squeaking bed frames. I thought about that, but that might put a whole industry out of business.
Sake.
Yes, for fuck's sake, yes.
Flip it.
Will I have to come back to collect yours, Charming?
No, I said what I was gonna do and then sent it.
Okay.
That was between the two. That wasn't the secret that I put in there.
Thank you. That went rather smoothly. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you all later. And
As soon as he's gone, like the light kind of gets a little brighter. The servers had like froze where they were, like they were like just standing, like you're fine, you can start moving around. One of them may or may not have bumped into him, and he kind of just was like, and so they stop moving when he shows up now. Look, I didn't make it do it. He did it. He brothed them. Is that the right? Should I not? Yeah, should I not be using that? What happened to him as a plural, or is that like distasteful? I'm gonna leave that up to you, Uriah. I don't know if being dead and all that.
I think it has a nice flavor.
God damn it, ramen broth. That's a nice.
There's some flavor there.
Arya's just looking between the two, like.
Arya, my dear, how have you been enjoying your station?
It's been all right. Galen's been helping me, so we kind of split our duties evenly.
Oh, lovely. Wasn't it? Didn't Helm try to take a few of these? And he kind of starts pointing to the dogs.
What do you mean?
I thought he made a bunch of loyal dogs to run around.
Would Arya know that Helm picked some breeds of dogs as his familiars?
yeah, you would know that there are similar dog matchups to the ones that Charming has.
Well, yes, they are very good guard dogs.
Just glad he didn't take this one. And then he starts scratching. You've been very upset. Some would have gone as far to say devastated.
I don't think Lord Helm would go and purposely steal Pip from you.
No, but then again, I don't know if I really show up on his radar.
And with the flair you have, I'm surprised he isn't.
Oh, you and your flirtation. You just said it had a large flair. Arlo, if you would like to come back later for a private chat, you know my door is always open to you.
Sorry, I have plans.
Ooh, so cold.
All right, well, I think this meeting is done. Arlo kind of pushes out his chair, standing up. Arya, why don't you come with me? We have some catching up to do.
As you stand up, the Dalmatian makes a move towards you. It just looks up at you.
What?
Needs its scritches tax.
It puts its paw up like normally, like a normal dog would do to your leg, but of course, because it's giant, it's like on your shoulder.
Oh. Okay. No. I don't know. Nope. Come on. Walks by the dog.
Oh, Spot, come here. Spot, come. Thought I heard her whining. I was like, God damn it. don't understand. I really thought he would love the dogs. Maybe he's more of a cat person. That would actually explain a lot about his personality.
He's 100% a cat person.
Oh, I know. You can see in his cold, unfeeling demeanor.
So Arya and Arlo split off. Is anyone else doing anything?
We would catch up to them. Dang it. Is Galen with y'all?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is Galen doing?
He's sipping the wine that the servers have given out.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not with Arya, is what he's saying.
Yeah. No.
Arya, it is good to see that you are safe.
Yeah, it was kind of confusing when I just showed up not in Diademia. What happened? Do you know?
Sorry, one second.
Arlo will kind of just sigh.
Sorry.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he knows. I don't know.
I forgot. What did you ask?
Arya asked if he knew what happened after her and Galen disappeared. After not showing up in Diademia.
I'm not sure what happened, but I tried searching for you for a long time, but although I never found you, I felt that you were safe.
Arlo's just like holding his arms, like looking between the two of them. Huh. And Arya is just like nervously, like not looking at Uriah.
You were looking for me?
Of course.
Why
And
wouldn't
Galen
wouldn't
too,
he?
I guess.
I love how he's always an afterthought. Just like, oh yeah, Galen's there. It's great. It's why I made him.
Oh, you weren't that concerned for Galen, Uriah?
Well, you weren't searching for him either.
To be fair, I had a certain someone working me like a damn dog.
It's funny how those deals work.
I guess that's true. I forget we had different deals. Might have had a bit more freedom.
Yeah. But you know, it's great that we're all here now. For however long we're going to be here. I had to move away. I could not take Charming anymore.
Much like Maliki, he is a lot.
Yeah. Perhaps maybe not as excitable, but he's still just a lot. But I'll just leave you two. I gonna go take a look at, and he just walks off.
You think he's all right?
Oh yes, I do believe godhood has given your brother much tact.
maybe.
She says she's like watching her brother walk off.
But how are you doing? It's been a while.
It has been. I wasn't sure what had happened to you, but I'm happy to see that Helm has taken care of you.
Yeah.
Did you know
And-
that he would if you didn't take the deal?
I didn't know what to expect. But I had faith in him, so I guess it worked out in the end.
Makes me wonder what would have happened if none of us took the deal.
I don't know. There's no real use kind of dwelling on it, is there? What's done is done.
I completely agree. However, I refuse to ever lose you again, Arya.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm you know, uh Just-
Seems godhood has given you tact as well.
yeah, maybe I don't know. um I am glad to see you though, Uriah.
Where are you off to?
After this, probably back to the House of Morning Glory with Galen. Continue with our duties.
I don't know how well darkness does in the morning glory, but would you mind if I walked you home?
No, not at all.
Wonderful. He'll reach out his hand.
And you hear in the distance, "I'll take care of Galen." Arya just blinks. What?
Who's gonna drive you home?
But Arya will just shake her hand, or shake her head, and take Uriah's hand. And while all that's happening, Arlo's going to go back towards the others. That was a nice walk. Take the seat. So, Ishani, how are things with you?
They're going all right. I think I'm adjusting to my duties fairly well.
I hope you're not too mad at me. I know sometimes, war and battles, fights might destroy some of your forests, but I mean, can't really control that too much. Once the fighting starts, it's kind of just a stone that keeps rolling,
Well, nature has a way of regrowing and retaking what is taken from it.
Why does that sound familiar?
It's inevitable that whatever war destroys, nature will reclaim one way or another.
So we're not on bad terms then.
I wouldn't say so.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Galen, how's the wine?
It's great. Thank you, Charming.
Oh, it's no problem at all. It is one of the perks that comes with, well, having the places here and there. No shortage of people offering up things for, well, any sort of help in the love department. Oddly enough, I don't think Uriah needs any of my help.
I
Would
mean,
you like
probably,
some wine,
probably not.
Arlo?
No, you know what? I'm good with my water, thank you.
As you lift it up, it starts to turn into wine.
Mother, I said I'm fine with my water. Damn it.
Oh, sorry, old habit. Back into water.
Mm-hmm. You turning water into frickin' wine, mumbling himself.
I could turn it to something else. Somebody started making something with potatoes and letting it ferment.
A drink made of potatoes.
Yes, I believe there was an old lady trying to make it happen. I can't remember her name. She kept throwing it at people, and then like she kind of just stuck some in a jar with some water, and then kind of started turning into a thing. I can't place a name for the life of me. Oh, I'm sure it'll come
Find
back
her
around
potatoes.
eventually.
Sounds like an amusing woman.
Yeah, some people, she has a certain charm about her that I think some people either enjoy or despise.
You met this woman personally?
Oh, no, I did not meet her personally. I just simply know of, well, she has ruined a few moments of mine where I was helping some young love, and then a crazy lady yelling, "Potassium!" and then a potato hits him in the side of the head.
Oh, how I would have paid good money to see that. Carlos says as he's drinking his water.
Yeah, there was one such lad. He was looking for his beloved. It was such a shame, too. Good lad. Bit of a bard. Plays good music. Little edgelordy for me personally, but you know. Anyway, Shani. Shani, my dear.
Yes.
How has the whole... Where are you, I guess, station? I know you're in, like, the House of Nature, but, like, where do you... Are you typically stay in the forest? Or are you more, like, trying to grow things in other places?
I'm mostly in the forest, but I do dabble a bit elsewhere as well.
Fair enough. Well, I hope she isn't working you too hard, you know. I would hate for your beloved to be left all by her lonesome.
I'm sure not to neglect Lily.
Oh, I'm sure I'd hear about it. He looks at Lily and kind of shoots a little wink.
Lily smiling the whole time.
Arlo kind of just rolls his eyes.
Oh, don't worry there, Arlo. I'm sure we'll find you a nice maiden. Or
Man,
bachelor.
I don't have time for that.
Oh, love is a battlefield after all.
You know,
Love is a battlefield.
I feel like this is the role Charming has always been meant to feel. It was the missing piece all along.
I'm just imagining he looks like, if anybody's played Hades, he just looks like Demeter, where it's just like, oh, hi there. It's like, didn't expect you to drop by, so hello, sir. So he just shows up to people, hello.
And
Really want to.
as
Oh
you,
no, I was gonna be an asshole. I'm not.
Oh, it wasn't any
I don't want-
like contributing.
I don't want- No, Queen was just gonna hurt me.
Mm.
Promise. I
Mm.
promise. It would have gotten a laugh, but it also would have got me hurt later on when I go see her.
I don't think,
AA or a GG.
I don't think your medical bill's gonna be covered when you see Queen.
Should I try carrying gonna cover it?
Yeah, they're gonna be like, you see this? Yeah, we don't repair kneecap damage.
So tell me what happened again. I fell.
A flight of stairs.
Just direct. I slid down a flight of stairs directly on my kneecaps the whole way. They were metal stairs. It was like 3 stories worth of stairs in a straight line.
There's a piece of wood in there that looks like it's from a Louisville Slugger.
Yeah.
That was on the stairs.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. Well, ladies and gents, as these new Demi powers and more continue their enjoyable night, that is where we're going to end it. And we will pick up 2 weeks from now with the first demigod adventure put before them to test them as gods and see how they will aspire as their new roles. I don't know.
Or fuck up. Either one.
Maybe.
Shall we shag now or shag later?
Oh my gosh. Feel free to join us. No, yes, tomorrow, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Come join us
So
around this time, 1 p.m.
that will be so. Noia will be going on a hiatus after tomorrow because I am moving house, and though I do have a laptop to still be like in games, trying to DM on a single screen on a laptop is going to be what can only be described as a nightmare. So I'm just not going to do it. Love y'all, but Noia unfortunately is going to go on a hiatus, and it will pick back up sometime in the June time frame. So unfortunately, all the month of May, no Noia, but we'll still have plenty of other programming here happening on the channel.
Oh yes. Plenty.
But I won't be able to torture Stacks or make him.
I'm not the one that
sought after-
gets tortured. It's all Queen.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh really?
No,
your
that last session
Silver
wasn't
Moon?
me.
Your Silver Moon?
Hey, he might be fanboying, but other than that,
Mm-hmm.
he's like physically in good health.
Oh, the mount.
You better not put me on no like 2-month cliffhanger. Like that's. Just
Oh,
like-
wouldn't that be a shame?
I give you like 2 weeks maximum. But I
I'm
also
just
give
making
you
up
like
for
minor
lost
doses
time.
in a lot of other stuff. So it's
Yeah.
just like continual.
When they tally up, yeah. Regardless,
A continual state of pain.
do the outro, my man.
Oh my gosh. So yes, we will see you all here tomorrow. And we look forward to seeing you all in the Discord. I think that's it.
You guys can catch us if you guys
There we
don't know who we are. I am your friendly neighborhood Paul. That is the Judge DM. That is Queen Corby. That is Glittering Moon Elf, and of course, the Edge Lord himself, the Salty Stormtrooper. Just the lover boy. Oh, lover boy.
Oh god.
And they still ain't gonna hear you. But yeah, check us out on all the social medias. You can find us here in the Discord under those names. You can find us here on Twitch under those associated names. Check out the channels if you're following, if you're not haven't already. And if you've been enjoying the stuff here today, please make sure you hit that little heart at the bottom. Doesn't cost a single dime to do it. Helps out the channel a whole lot. We are pushing for 150 followers here. And then if you guys miss any of the episodes here, do not worry because we got you back. Head on over to youtube.com/Dungeon Mechanics, and you can find us all of our archived episodes there, so you can see the good, the bad, and the ugly some of our previous episodes, and see what led to Uriah and Arya. What fanned those flames, and why did Queen decide to play 2 characters at once, and why Stax decided to play Judgy DM decided to play 4 characters at once, on
When?
top of playing every other character at once.
When did I do 4?
Galen, you're literally 4 people
Yeah,
in
he
one
was
person.
one at a time, and then y'all made him all 4 people. That
You
was one
still
roll a
had him-
day. Just okay. I'm Summer for right now. Okay, cool. I'll just be extra.
Yeah, you still had to have 4 different personalities for one person.
No.
I digress. Thank you guys so very much for being here.
Okay.
Until next time, have a good one. Stay safe. And thank
Bye.
you so much for your time.
Bye bye now.